built on values, driven by dreams. India stands tall. Happy Republic Day 2026.
Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're going to talk about India's Republic Day, but maybe not in the way you're used to thinking about it. We're not just looking at the parades. We're going to break down how a nation, any nation, actually tells its own story, using the language of filmmaking.
Think about it. Every country has a grand narrative, a story it tells about itself, especially on big national days. But how is that story actually put together? And how does it get shared with millions of people so they all feel a part of it?
Well, to get our heads around this, we're going to borrow two really useful terms from filmmaking. First, you have the A-roll. That's your main interview, the core audio that lays out the fundamental story, the why. Then you have the B-roll. That's all the other visual stuff, all the clips and footage that make the story vibrant and real.
Okay, so let's start with the A-roll. For India, this is the core promise, the foundational script that explains the whole point of the celebration. It's the reason the day even exists.
And here it is. This is the A-roll. On January 26, 1950, India's new constitution officially came into effect. This document transformed the nation into a sovereign, democratic republic. So the A-roll, at its heart, is this powerful promise you see right here, the promise of justice, liberty, equality, and fraternity for every single citizen.
So what's really crucial to understand is that this document provides all the meaning. It's the nation's script. But you know, a script, no matter how amazing, is just words on a page. To really bring it to life, you need visuals.
And that is where the B-roll comes roaring in. We'll start with the most spectacular, official version, the Republic Day Parade on the Kartavya Path in New Delhi. This is the nation producing its own blockbuster movie.
So on India's 77th Republic Day, you'll see 30 of these. They're these massive, super ornate floats they call tableaus. Each one rolls down the parade route like a moving scene in a film, a piece of B-roll that tells a small part of that much larger national story.
Now, a huge part of this official B-roll is about showcasing the country's military power. You've got columns of T-90 Bhishma tanks, you've got replicas of advanced S-400 missile systems, you've got these new armored vehicles. It all sends a very clear message about national security and strength.
But then, right alongside all that military hardware, you see this. And the contrast is just incredible. The B-roll also puts India's immense cultural diversity front and center. We're talking about 2,500 performers turning the parade route into this vibrant, living expression of the theme Unity in Diversity. And just when you think it can't get any bigger, you look up, the Indian Air Force takes over, with a flypast of 29 aircraft, with jets like the Rafale and Jaguar painting the sky. They fly in these breathtaking formations, creating an absolutely spectacular finale for the official story.
But here's where it gets really, really interesting. The official parade isn't the only B-roll that matters, not by a long shot. The story gets so much richer when you start looking at the personal expressions that citizens themselves create and share. For decades, this personal B-roll often looked something like this. You know, a heartfelt poem recited at a school assembly. It's a simple but really powerful way for an individual to connect with that huge national story and make it their own.
Today, though, that same patriotic spirit is finding totally new ways to come out. The tools have changed, a lot. School poems have morphed into WhatsApp status videos. Essay competitions have evolved into Instagram Reels. The desire to participate is exactly the same, but the medium has gone completely digital.
And this is the real game changer. Technology has completely democratized storytelling. It's empowered millions of people to add their own personal footage, their own little scenes to the national narrative. In a way, they've become co-directors of the nation's story.
So, when you put it all together, you take that foundational script and you combine it with all this incredible footage, what does the final cut of India's Republic Day story actually look like? Well, it always comes back to the A-roll, the Constitution. That's what provides the core principles, the profound reason why this day matters so much. It is the unwavering soul of the entire story.
But it's the B-roll, all of it, from the thunder of the tanks and jets to a simple, homemade WhatsApp video. That's what makes the story visible, emotional, and something that can be shared by absolutely everyone. It's what makes us feel the story.
And that leaves us with one last thing to think about. In an age where pretty much everyone has a camera in their pocket, the story of a nation is no longer just being told by the state. It's being constantly edited, remixed, and retold by its people. So the question is,
What story are we all going to choose to tell?
Thank you for viewing this film produced and directed by Jubin Khurana.